This is why you should be drinking raw milk.
Since I was here last year, I only drank raw milk.
Well, raw milk continues to gain political and consumer support in the U.S., with bills in more than 40 states, including Pennsylvania, seeking to expand access to a product promoted by many, including Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Those supporters frame it as a freedom of choice issue, saying raw milk carries health benefits. And farmers are happy that demand is going up because that means more money for them. But doctors see it as a public health issue.
My attitude about pasteurization, in today's world, I think it's a positive thing to do. I think the positives outweigh the negatives.
It definitely looks complicated, but really the reason it looks so complicated is because there's so many fail-safes.
Well, the rise in popularity presents a clash with long-standing food safety protocols. Before modern milk safety standards, dairy was linked to about 25% of foodborne illnesses in the U.S. Now, dairy accounts for just about 1% of cases. But in the last year, we have seen at least 5 raw milk-related disease outbreaks, including a current E. coli outbreak linked to raw farm cheddar cheese in California that sickened 9 people, about half of them being children under the age of 5. Experts say raw milk can carry bacteria such as E. coli, salmonella, and listeria, but advocates claim it is healthier and tastes better, and that pasteurization, the heating process to kill germs, also kills the positive health benefits. Doctors who've been studying this stuff for years, though, say that's not true.
We know that pasteurization does destroy nutrients, but with respect to milk, it really doesn't destroy any nutrients in milk that are where milk is a significant source of those nutrients. I do really worry about vulnerable populations. I worry about pregnant women, small children, the elderly, immunocompromised. All of these people are at increased risk of food poisoning generally.
Well, even some who support raw milk consumption say if access keeps expanding, stricter federal oversight may be needed.
I grew up on unpasteurized milk, and I drank it my whole life, and I found nothing wrong with it. In terms of mass distribution of the product, it becomes complicated.
The challenge is, how do we design a system that produces raw milk that is of equivalent safety to pasteurization? And I don't think we can do it yet.
Well, there is already a federal proposal in the works. It's called the Interstate Milk Freedom Act that would stop the government from blocking raw milk transport between states where it is legal. In the end, doctors say the central public health point is this: the proven way to make milk safer already exists, and it is pasteurization.